Welcome and thank you for joining us. We are going to teach you how to make the most delicious Inferno peppers you have ever eaten in your life. Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about how to make good, delicious peppers. One thing Diane and I really love in all of our company is peppers, and one of the things I use is a pepper called an Inferno. These are Infernos. And these red ones, they look like they're really hot. But really the way an Inferno grows, when they're green, they're not quite as hot. When they're yellow like this, they're really hot. And then when they are red, they're not quite as hot. So for my friends who like really hot, I take a few of the green ones. For my wife and myself, we prefer the red ones. And now what I'm going to do, after clicking some of these wonderful organic peppers, we're going to prepare them. And in preparing them is part of the secret to good peppers. Secret number 2 is to use really good product. I like to use Lucerne cream cheese. Now, almost any cream cheese is good, but Lucerne is just a little bit better. But when it comes to cheddar cheese, there is no comparison between the triple cheddar Lucerne. It is the best cheese. Now, I do not get paid by them to make this commercial. However, if they ever see this commercial and like it, I would be happy to take payment for it. But you take a whole stick of cream cheese and then dump in a whole package of cheddar cheese. Now, the next secret is it's almost impossible to mix the cheddar cheese and the cream cheese together. So what my suggestion is, you do this on a warm day and you take it outside and you let it sit in the sun for about 20 minutes. The next thing, my wife will tell you that you need to use gloves. And I will tell you it is a very good idea to use gloves because these peppers can get really hot, especially if you rub your eye or something like that. But I'm one of those people who usually never use safety equipment. I just go right into the job. So the first thing you do is you cut off the top of the pepper. And I like to cut off the tip of the pepper, and you'll see why later. Then you take the pepper and you cut the pepper in half. Now, the important thing is to get out all of these seeds and to get out all of this vein, the white stuff, because that's where the real heat is. And so if you want to cool these things off a little bit. Now for the person, if you've got somebody that likes it hot, then leave these veins in and leave the seeds in. Now that we have our peppers cut, one of the things you want to do is save a few seeds because these seeds become your next year's plant. You just put them up into a sunny spot and let them dry, and then put them in a little baggie and they're ready for next year. And as you can see now that we have cut these, the seeds are out. See, there's about 3 seeds left in there. A few of them I left a few seeds in. Here's a tiny bit of vein on there, which will make these just a little bit hotter. And that's just how you judge the heat on them. So our next step now is to boil some water and blanch them. While we're waiting for our water to get hot, let's go out and take a look at our cream cheese and our cheese. And yep, that is definitely looking like it's getting ready. So as soon as they're blanched, we'll be ready to go with the cream cheese. At this point, we have our water coming to a boil, so it's time to blanch. Another thing I can tell you at this point, I can feel right here at the top part of my face, I must have touched it because it is burning. And I warned you that you should use gloves, so there's another warner. I don't like them, so I'll burn. But you do, these peppers get very, very hot. So now that the water's boiling, you put all the peppers into the water, and this is called blanching. You don't have to do this. If you forget to do this, it just the skins will be a little bit tough if you don't blanch them first. But blanching does not take a very long time. We're going to do it. We're going to let you watch it. It takes about 2 minutes. So here's what we're going to do. Rather than bore you for 2 minutes, we're going to shut it down, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Here we are, back to a boil again. It's been 2 minutes, so we're through with blanching. So we're going to go ahead and get them out of the water. And one thing I want to mention, when I was talking about this burning that's around my mouth, it's not from these peppers that are in here. They're now sweet. It was from the seeds and the things I cut out. And in fact, both my wife and I are kind of choking a little bit right now because the fumes from these peppers are hot too. So there we go. The peppers are blanched. We're ready for the next step, which is preparing the cream cheese. Okay, now it's time to prepare our cream cheese, and what we're going to do is nice and soft from sitting out in the sun. Now, those of you that believe in using a microwave, you can put it in a microwave, but then you've just ruined your food and caused all kinds of health problems. I won't go into that right now. You can look it up on the web yourself and find out how you're destroying your body. But all you do is just keep mashing this cream cheese and stirring it into each other. Okay. Choking a little bit from the heat, but here we have it all mixed up now. It's totally, you can see the cream cheese and the cheese are totally mixed. So the next thing you want to do is count how many peppers you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 peppers. So you're going to need to have 8 pieces of tin foil. Now you don't have to cook them in tin foil. You can stuff them with cheese, put toothpicks in them, and cook them on the grill. However, I like to cook them in tin foil because it cooks the flavors together, but it also does another thing. I cooked 8 of them. My wife and I are going to eat 2 of them tonight. Now I can put them in the refrigerator and they'll last 2 or 3 weeks. So as we do another meal, all you have to do is put them in the toaster oven and then reheat them and you have another meal. So here's what we're going to do at this point. We're going to take a pepper. I like to get the big, there's usually a big side and a small side when you do it. I like to get a pepper. You grab the cream cheese and you take the fork and you just smush it. You know, you can't smush it, you got to smush it in there. Now, the next place where I cheat a little bit, you either need to cook some bacon partially cooked, or if you're like me, don't tell anybody I cheat, okay? But I go down and I buy the ready cooked bacon from Costco. Now again, that's a secret, don't tell anybody. I put 1 piece of bacon inside the pepper. I grab the other side of the pepper and put it on. And then I take 1 piece of bacon and I wrap it around like that. Then I put it in the paper and wrap the pepper like that. Fold it over. And it is ready to go. Put it aside. We're going to do one more for you here. We're going to grab a pepper. Remember we did some of the hotter ones. We're going to take the cream cheese. We're going to fill it in the middle. Nice and full. Now, you can never have too much cheese. Pat it down. Grab a strip of bacon. Uh-oh, that bacon's a little bit too long, so we throw it away or just add some more bacon to it. The more bacon, the better. Okay, now look at the way that this one's lined up. There it is. Grab a piece of bacon and wrap it around to hold it. Stick it into our tin foil and roll it. Bring the edges up. Let's say that I had somebody that was wanted it hotter and I was going to leave some seeds in. Then instead of folding it over, this is a trick my wife taught. You leave a point and that says that one is hotter. Now we like our steaks medium rare, so I put the peppers on a little bit early, probably about 3 minutes before I throw the steak on. Now it's time to flip our peppers. Not supposed to drop them though, just flip them.
And then we'll throw on these big, beautiful New York steaks. We have red oak bark in there to smoke those steaks. And dinner will be ready shortly. Okay, there we go. About 3 or 4 minutes. Time to turn those steaks over, and we're going to let them sear this time with that nice oak smoke. And while we're at that, we're going to flip our peppers one more time. And you can see our flames coming up there real nice right now. Now what we're doing is searing, which is going to sear in all the juices of those steaks. Okay, now after about 1 minute of searing, we're going to turn it over and sear the other side.
Now here's the finished product. Notice the cheese just gooching out between the bacon. Well, Jesus, we come to you and we just thank you for this beautiful food that's set before us. We just ask you to bless it, sanctify it wholly to our bodies, and we thank you in Jesus' name. We thank you that you give us the ability that provides the wealth for this, and we just ask you to bless and sanctify it wholly to our body. Amen. Now, let's try those peppers and see how they turned out. Heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. A little bit later, I'm going to bring a critic over and have him try these peppers and tell you what they're like. Delicious.
Go.
Okay, I said I was going to bring my good buddy Bill over. He lives across the street from us, and if you ever need anybody to do barbecues for you, this man is a caterer. He's been in the business for over 30 years. And you just contact me, and I'll tell you how to get in contact with you, and he'll do. You do what? Anywhere from like 50 to 500.
500, yeah.
Yeah, 50 to 500. So, but this guy's got a palate that like next to nobody. So we're going to find out. He says he doesn't even like peppers. So we're going to have him try one of these delicious peppers and see what he thinks about them.
Okay, here he goes. I've cut into it. It's got bacon, so it can't be bad. That's all. Oh, that's really good.
Not too hot.
It's got a little
zing.
It's got a little zing to it. It's got a little bite to it.
But you said you didn't like hot.
No, I can't take hot. Like when you said ghost chili, it scared me.
It's called an Inferno.
And it starts off very pleasant. I'm going to take another bite. I'm going to finish it. That's for sure. That's not going to be the problem.
Well, see, I had to fix these so that my wife would like them too, and she doesn't like hot, but I like hot, so I had to hit that in between.
It makes you want to eat another bite. You want to. Oh yeah, no, it's great.
There you go, folks.
It's really good.
You have it from an expert here. Makes you want to eat another bite. So you have the recipe here. Have fun. Cook it. Well, thank you for joining me. These are a fun pepper to grow. They're called Inferno, and they're a delicious pepper to cook. So you can contact me through this YouTube page. My name is Gordon Hansen. You can also contact me at my email address, slotopteam@aol.com. God bless you, and God bless America.